I made this video and I was way too wordy, so I gotta do it again. Really quick stuff. I made a Walmart stop to get some ice cream and Gatorade and stuff, and I went ahead and got a binder because it was $1 there, so why wait for the dollar store next week? I've got a few days till payday, and I really need something to be writing down my year and a day stuff in. Ooh, got a kitty hair on it. Ruby was laying on it. I really needed something to start writing that stuff down in. I have the paper already. And then they had one package of their dragon's blood incense left, so I grabbed it. And it smells pretty good. I think it smells pretty good, so I think this is going to be good. And then I have a list on my phone of like things that correspond with the Morrigan, based upon things that I've read. I just kind of jot them down on Evernote on my phone, and myrrh was actually one of them. And I spotted the myrrh, and I was like, I think that is one I have written down, and it actually is. I've never burned myrrh before, but it smells pretty good. So for 99 cents, I picked it up, and I thought I'd give it a try. And I've got a package and a half of the patchouli. If you haven't seen their patchouli, this package is all raggedy because it's open, but this is the patchouli. So that was my little Walmart thing. Oh, that patchouli smells so good. And then I was going to share a little bit from my year and a day that I'm doing. This is the year and a day book that Christopher Pinzak did. It's the Inner Temple of Witchcraft. This is not your normal year and a day book. It's a little bit different. He does like a history of witchcraft, and then he goes into things like the science of magic, the art of defense, the power of light, journey work. There's really nothing in here about building an altar, doing spell work, tools, nothing like that. So it's pretty interesting. But I found this really interesting, and it is long, which is probably why the video was long, so I'm going to try to be quicker. Let's see. Gonna get back to it. He's going through the roots of witchcraft, and he goes into the Stone Age. He says, for me, the roots of the great tree of witchcraft stretch deep into history to our earliest ancestors. In the Paleolithic era, the early Stone Age, human societies were hunters and gatherers, nomadic people continuously following the source of food. Most modern people think of the Paleolithic times as the age of barbaric cavemen, but these tribes were probably more sophisticated than we give them credit for. In those societies, the men usually hunted for food, while the women stayed with the tribe, caring for the family. Women were logically considered the lifeblood of the tribe and cherished, since women gave birth to the children. Men were more expendable in terms of survival, since one man could impregnate many women. Scholars speculate that the role of man in pregnancy was not even understood in Stone Age times. In this harsh life, children were vital to continuing the tribe. This gave rise to the belief that many of these societies were matriarchal, meaning they were led by women. These societies were more right-brained, focusing on pictures, feelings, and instinct. Religiously, cave painting and other artifacts indicate a level of spiritual belief. We believe that these early people saw the divine in nature, animated by nature spirits or gods. The earth was the mother of life, providing the vegetation needed to survive, while her consort was an animal lord, providing the animals needed by the people. Stone Age people were polytheists, believing in more than one god. Other spirits possibly animated the sky, storms, mountains, rivers, and fire. Certain members of tribes noticed that they had abilities that set them apart from their kin, and some developed these abilities further. And it goes into women and men that were either too old or too injured to hunt, had opportunities to expand those abilities. And one of the cool things that it says is that notice that our surviving archetypes of these people are the wise old woman and men and often such sages are called wounded healers, in their injuries helping them to understand the nature of healing. I thought that was so cool. And it goes into these individuals develop their natural rapport with the spirits, developing psychic talents, knowledge of herbs, and other healing skills, and becoming the wise ones of the tribe. They became the religious leaders, petitioning the elements and leading hunters to the herds. They conducted ceremonies and celebrations. They were the magic makers. I just found this super, super interesting to go into and to kind of try to put myself in the headspace of someone that lived in the Paleolithic era. You know, watching childbirth as it happened. Childbirth is... I've not given birth to a child. I've never seen it in person, but I know I've seen home videos of it, and I know that it is an incredibly intense experience. I don't want to say violent because it's not violent. I don't want to say graphic because it's not graphic. There's no word that I can think of to describe childbirth except intense and incredibly spiritual. I mean, the blood that you're shedding is for a new life that's coming forth from you, from your womb. You've been carrying this little life around inside of you for 9 months. It just blows my mind every time I think about it. And then to think about living in a society that lives such a simple life and suffers hardships, for them to witness the birth of a child had to be, sorry, I'm sleepy, had to be just beyond out of this world for them to witness that. And no wonder they would put women up on a pedestal, that they could do that. I mean, go through that every time they gave birth to a child, and then they're raising the children as well as, you know, having lives grow inside their bellies and giving birth to the children as well. I can see how very easily how the women would be raised up in the society as being very, very, very important very quickly. And then I can see how those who understood herbs and plants and medicine and things would also be raised up very quickly, because those would be things that others would not understand. And so so you're going to go again up in society and not be worshipped, but be honored and be respected. And I think that's why there would be a goddess above all that would be respected so much, because women in that time, I believe, were just revered so highly that, and as the ones that gave birth, it only made sense that the one who would have given birth and created the universe would have been a woman. A man would have sown the seed, but a woman would have been the one that would have created the universe, would have given the universe life. It only made sense. You know, in a society like that, in many, many societies, if you're just looking at it from a purely academic standpoint, and I'm not putting my religion into it, but I'm looking at it from reading just that, it makes sense that they would believe that. And I definitely believe that they had psychic abilities back then, just like people do now. Um, he relates them to Native American shamans, but there's no proper name uh, for the shamans in those areas. And I did want to share the early goddess images as well, because I think they're really beautiful. I know they're simple, but I'm really drawn to the one Nathor, the Nile River goddess from 4000 BC. I always get this wrong. BCE. She's this one. I think it's just her shape. Not an artist, but I have paints, and occasionally I paint on a canvas, and I might use that shape sometimes because I think it's really pretty. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to share that, and you guys are my witchy family, and so you're the ones I have to talk to about these things. So if I find interesting things in the book as I go, I'll probably bring them up and just kind of talk about them and see what you guys think, and you can always hop into the discussion or add things or whatever you want, and hopefully this is under 15. So anyway, take care guys, and I'm gonna go read more, and blessed be. Take care. Bye.